Okay, in this presentation we're going to look at literary genres. And so it's important to kind of look at the different kinds of genres that are out there. We have nonfiction, fiction, drama, folklore, poetry. In this course we're basically going to be focusing on fiction and drama as well as sci-fi. And so just wanted to quickly walk you through just some of the aspects of what makes up these different genres. A genre means a category of artistic, musical, or literary composition characterized by a particular style, form, or content. Poetry, most of you are familiar with poetry, and so I'm going to kind of move through this one pretty quickly because we're not going to be dealing with poetry at all in this course, but I do want you to have an understanding of poetry. Then drama. Drama is a story composed in verse or prose, usually for theatrical performance, but now we move beyond theater into television and movies. And so with drama, it has some type of dramatic dilemma, a set-off, and in theater, what drama usually meant was that it would be an unhappy ending, and a comedy meant it would have a happy ending. Nowadays we kind of think as comedy is something that makes you laugh all the time, drama something that's very serious, but when you look at Shakespeare, for example, you see comedies, histories, tragedies. Throughout his plays, they would be, you could take something that would be almost exactly the exact same plot, and then if the people lived happily ever after, it would be comedy, and if they died, it would be drama. And so we're also going to kind of see how in Doctor Who, how the drama, comedy, sci-fi elements mix, and we will be talking about that this term. Folklore is the traditions, it's the legends, music, history, proverbs, jokes, popular beliefs, and we will be looking at this. There is mythology, symbolic tales that mean something else but tell you the story so that you get a moral out of it. And these are some past ones. Nonfiction, any form of narrative that is a fact, that's based in truth. And we will be looking at this, some of the diaries, biographies, autobiographies. We will be seeing historical characters coming into play. Shakespeare is one of them, Charles Dickens is one of them, and we're also going to talk about whether it's nonfiction, fiction, based on how they're portrayed. And finally, within fiction, there's so many different ways of defining it. Novels, short stories, it also can have poetry, but that's a specific form. Were written with the intent of fitting into a specific literary genre in order to appeal to readers and fans already familiar. So fiction has a lot of different varieties. Fantasy, again, you have talking animals, magical powers, Harry Potter series, etc. We have romance, primary focus on relationship, romantic love between two people, usually has a happy ending. Mystery, usually involves a mysterious death or a crime to be solved. And science fiction. In future, in space, different world, different universe, different dimension, and again, one of the examples, Doctor Who.
What?
And a utopia, a utopian society is where an ideal world is a setting. So what's interesting about all of this is that we are going to see a few aspects of poetry in this term. We're going to see some historical characters. We're going to see, actually, one of the episodes is titled Utopia. And so we're going to look at how genre comes together and what is the genre of Doctor Who. We have a dystopian society characterized by poverty, squalor, oppression. So again, the Hunger Games is an example of dystopian. And so this is just a brief introduction to genre.